to meet, and they'll talk things over here as we'll continue to go through your starting lineups here as we're getting close to kickoff. 3-4 defense for the Monarchs. Up front, Kenneth Walker, Diego Fernandez, and Braden Gilmore. The linebackers, Isaac Puritan, Easton Worth, Carson Lyles, and Caden Dinkle. And the secondary, Jacob Seib, Grant Nels, Jackson Gillespie, and Nash Dreiling. For the Redmen, up front at tight end, number 20, Brady Dabian. Number 68 is left tackle, that's Michael Freidendahl. Left guard is Carson Montgomery, he's number 65. At center, number 72, Isaiah Hack. Right guard is number 66, Dominic Kattenberg. And right tackle, number 78, Johnny Schlaughter. The wide receivers, number 1, Cole McKelvey, and number 7, Reed Doan. The running back, number 22, Riley Griffin Powers. The fullback, number 5, Brant Wilson, and quarterback, number 4, Parker Hutchinson. The Redmond defense, well, Coach Hawkins gave me a 3-3-5 once again to try to counteract all these wide receivers for the Monarchs. The 3-down linemen, Brady Dabian, Carson Montgomery, and Dominic Kattenberg. The linebackers, Brady Wilson, Brant Wilson, Isaiah Hack. And the secondary, Reed Doan, Carson McKelvey, Parker Hutchinson, Cole McKelvey, and Isaac Stansberry. As that's your rundown of your starters here for this ball game, as well, the captain's still out there talking. As for the Redmen, it's the same captains as usual: Parker Hutchinson, Brant Wilson, Carson Montgomery, and Dominic Kattenberg. Who are the captains here for the Monarchs, Kyler?
That's going to be number 2, the Caden Dinkle, number 4, Carson Lyles, number 11, Isaac Puritan, and number 56, Braden Gilmore. Those are the captains for the TMP Monarchs. Nice. And it looks like TMP won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. So hopefully the Redmen are smart and they pick to receive. You know, I've seen worse things happen, but they will receive it. So the Redmen are going to get the ball to start off this game, and the Monarchs are going to get the ball to start off the second half.
I can't imagine, like, your coach would be so mad at you if you lost the coin toss and still elected to defer.
I watched that happen in a college game on national television. They deferred, and the guy elected to kick.
All right, then. As we are getting set here for kickoff, as your conditions at kickoff, it is beautiful here in Smith Center tonight. As we take a look, it looks like well, partly cloudy right now with that west wind at just a slight breeze under 5 miles per hour. Humidity 52%, and we currently set at 53 degrees here in Smith Center. So a beautiful night in Smith Center as we're going to take a quick timeout for station identification. We'll be back with the opening kickoff as you're listening to Redmond Playoff Football here on KQMA.
TMP, number 4, Carson Lyles, defensive center. Number 1, Cole McKelvey. Number 7, Reed Doan.
Lyles, there's the approach, moves this one. Reed Doan tracks it down at about the 9-yard line. Fumbles it for a second, now hands it off. No, he does keep it, and he's going to get up to about the 14-yard line. Not the return.
Kick is returned by number 7, Reed Doan.
It's going to cost the Redmen quite a bit, and they're going to start this drive on their own 14-yard line. So not exactly the most ideal spot.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
You know, 3 yards round and pound and take that quarter off the clock.
Take that clock down, yeah. As here comes that Redmond offense. Hutchinson breaks the huddle. It looks like McKelvey going to be the wingback on the right side. Don't split out to the right. I formation and that pistol set as Hutchinson awaits the snap from Hack. Looks like Davey the tight end on the left side. There's the snap. They hand. No, like fumble. And Parker has to dive on it as mishandled that one as he was trying to hand it off to Wilson.
Yeah, this is a couple of handling errors by the Redmen. First 2 plays, 2 mishandles of the football, and that's going to result in a second down.
4-yard loss on the play, second down 14.
I would say 15 because he's all the way back at the 9. So I'd say 7 to 15 from the 9-yard line. McKelvey split out to the left. Now he comes back to the left wingback position. Again, pistol wide. McKelvey split out to the right.
Just went right through.
Second down and 15 from their own 9-yard line. They hand it off to Griffin Powers. Riley falls right through him. Cuts it outside right to the numbers before he fires right down at about the 20-yard line. Dayton Weldon on his first carry of the ball.
And that's exactly what we were talking about earlier in the day.
Number 5, Nash
Powers. And that was a great job. He noticed there was empty space outside, so he ran outside. And
10-yard gain on the play, third down 4.
Inside the 30 Carson, but as it stands, a really good run. That's one's going to set up a third down, and we'll say short medium.
3rd and 4 on the board, so that's what we'll go with here as the Redmen have. Pistol eye, wing back on the right side. Looks like Schaefer split out to the left. They hand it off to Griffin Powers getting goal. Brant tries to tuck outside, cuts back middle. He's in back forward. Looks like he needed 4. Looks like he picked up another 5 first down on 3rd down.
And a couple of great play calls right away by the Rogers and the Redmond here. A couple outside runs is going to, keep the defense guessing until, you're just going to run it right up the middle. And then that is exactly what the Redmond offense wants to do. They want to just focus on deceiving the defense, and so far they're doing pretty good.
1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line for the Redmond. Pistol eye with Doan spin out to the right. McKelvey the wing back on the right side. Redmond moving left to right on your radio dials. They hand this one off and a whistle. 10-0 flag. First quarter. False start on the Redmond. First penalty of the ball game.
False start against Smith Center. Replay of the down.
1st and 10. Now it's going to be 1st and 15. Moving back to the 20. As Doan and McKelvey bring the play back in here. 10:04 left to go, first quarter. Scoreless here in Smith Center. First drive of the ball game for the Redmen. Hutchinson breaks the huddle, sends Doan out to the right. Looks like McKelvey going to be the wing back on the left side. Hutchinson in the pistol set. Wilson the fullback. Griffin Powers dots the I. 1st and 15 from their own 20. There's the snap. They hand it off to Griffin Powers once again. Riley looking for a hole. He's got the penalty yardage back and maybe an extra yard. But he did at least get the penalty yardage back.
Yeah.
So gain of 5.
And that is just, so far they seem to be pretty Riley Griffin Powers heavy. So we'll see if they're going to keep this up or change something, as we see a couple new receivers for the Redmen, as Carson Nichols and Isaac Stansberry will come in.
As it looks like Nichols split out to the right. Stansberry will be the wing back on the right side. Again, Brady Davian, the tight end on the left side. 2nd down and 10 from their own 25-yard line for the Redmen. Brant Wilson, the fullback. Griffin Powers dots the I behind Hutchinson in the pistol set. They hand it off to Brant. Wilson breaks one tackle, and he's going to fight forward for a gain of about 3.
And that's, we talked about a 3-yard ground and pound, but now we're going to, let's see what the Redmen do here on this 3rd and 7 from the Redmond 27, 28. It's hard to tell, but it looks like they're going to mark the ball at the 28. So that one will be a 3rd down and 7.
8:44 left to go, first quarter. They converted on their last 3rd down, but this one a couple yards longer as they send Doan to the left. McKelvey, the wing back on the right side. Davian, the tight end on the right side. Looks like they went heavy to the left as they moved one of the Redmond linemen over. Hutchinson had a low snap, and he's going to be brought down to the backfield. Grant Nels there for that Monarch defense.
How about that? Did you see that speed by Nels coming around opposite side? And he just absolutely flagged down Hutchinson. And another costly mishandle of the football is going to result in a punt here for the Redmen.
That one, the first one, I don't know what really happened on the exchange, but that time a little bit of a low snap, and Parker didn't get it corralled as quickly as normal. So Grant Nels right there right away, and now Hutchinson's going to drop back to punt the ball away. And I'm not sure which is that. I think Nash Dryling back there. Hutchinson has time. Good punt here, end over end punt. Dryling picks it up at about the 43, called for the fair catch there.
Yeah, and if I were him, I would not have called for the fair catch because he had some space right in between those two Redmond defenders. But as it stands, it's going to be TMP football on their own 44. It looks like the Marquette one a little bit ahead of where he was at. So we'll see how Carson Lyles and the TMP Monarch offense can do against this 3-3-5.
And there's that old harvest moon coming up over the horizon.
I know, I was looking at that the first time. That is absolutely beautiful.
As the Monarchs come out, twins to the left. One man to the right, that's Seib. As Lyle stands in shotgun, has double wing, Puritan on the right side, and it is Dinkle on the left side. Lyles gets the snap, Looks left, goes right over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted as Brady Wilson got his hands on it. You missed his interception last week. He literally picked the pocket of the player and took it back to the house. Did Brady Wilson. He was looking for another one there.
Yeah, and that is a very risky throw to be sending off on first down if you're Carson Lyles, right in the middle of the Redmond defense where you have about 6 guys within 3 yards of your receiver. But fortunately for him, that one's going to be incomplete.
Nash, Dreiling, and Grant Nels both to the left. They run the option play with Lyles, and he's going to pick up a couple across the 45. His first carry going to bring up third down and long as he picks up, let's call it gain of 3.
And I have a feeling it's going to be no surprise for the Redmond defense what TMP is probably going to call here. It's just a matter of, unfortunately, now you have to worry about this. Who is Lyles going to throw to? Is he going to throw it to Seib? Is he going to throw it to Grant Nels? Is he going to throw it to Purinton? Is he going to throw it to Drylane? There's all kinds of Monarchs everywhere.
Seib and Nels both split out to the left. Looks like Dinkle, the wingback on the left side. Gillespie in the backfield behind Lyles as they run the option to the right. They flip it out to Dinkle. Dinkle lost a handle on it, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield, but there is a flag as well, as that pitch was a little bit behind Dinkle. He was lucky enough just to hold on to it. Otherwise, it was going to be a Redmond touchdown the other way.
And it looked like the official pointed at the Redmond side, but I would assume from where the flag's called, it's probably a holding. But we will see here.
As they're discussing over on the far side, he lost the 3 yards that Lyles had gained on the previous play. So it'd be 4th down and 10. False start on the Monarchs. So we'll see if the Redmond decide to decline it and bring up 4th down and 10.
Oh, illegal procedure.
So I'm sure the Redmond will probably decline it and bring up 4th down and 10. No movement yet, so we'll give Dinkle a loss of 3.
And it looks like he's going to be set, and looks like Carson Lyles is going to be set back in punt formation, and Cole is going to quickly run back there, and Doan is going to be shuffling.
So the Redmond ready to go now. Doan pushes McKelvey back up to the up back position.
One thing I think you got to be worried about is Jacob Seib over there on the far right side. He is set as one of the gunners on the punt return, but that could very well be a fake.
Low snap, Dinkle fumbles it, has it, and he's going to be brought down to the backfield as it was the Redmond, and no surprise here, the man that wrecks every punt, it seems like, over the last couple of years, Brady Dabian there to make sure Lyles didn't get rid of it.
And something must be going on the grass because this is the 4th fumble of the ball that we've seen off of the snap, so wondering what's happening on the field, but that is a costly one for the Monarchs as Smith Center now is going to be the first team to start on the opponent's side of the field, and they're going to be at the Monarchs 36.
So 1st and 10 from the 36. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback on the right side. Brady Dabian has made a living in the backfield on punts. He's had a couple blocked punts. He's got a couple recovered in the end zone as well as he did against Phillipsburg as they handed off to Brant Wilson straight up the middle. He's across the 35.
And it looks like that one's going to be about a gain of 2 or 3, but you know, I was that guy last year. I was the block punt guy.
You were.
And let me tell you, it is so much fun. I love doing it, and I missed like 3. I very well could have had a lot more blocks, but, you know, I'm not as athletic as I used to be.
2nd down and 8. Ball at about the 34-yard line here for the Redmond. Schaefer split out to the right. Stansbury, the wingback on the right side. 2nd down and 8 from the 34. Redmond move left to right on your radio dial. There's a snap. They hand it off to Griffin Powers. Riley gets around the first defender that was in the backfield, and he's going to gain a couple yards as he very well could have been brought down to the backfield.
Yeah, and this is kind of scary about the level of penetration that TMP is getting. We are seeing about 1 or 2 Monarch linemen in the backfield on every play. So I don't know if it's blocking assignments or if, you know, they just want it more, but we need to see some strong blocking here on 3rd down and long for the Redmen.
3rd and 6, ball at the 33-yard line. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback on the left side. Pistol eye behind Hutchinson. Again, ball at the 33. They hand it off to Griffin Powers. He follows Wilson through the hole, busts it outside, lowers his shoulder, and he's got the 1st down.
And there was a flag called by the official on the Redmond sideline as soon as the play was snapped. So it's either going to be false start or offsides.
Guess I won't write this one down yet. It was a gain of what? About 10 yards.
And they're going to call that one a false start. So negate that run.
So instead of giving Riley a first down run of about 10 yards, looks like we're going to be moving backwards here. Second penalty on the Redmen.
I wish we had like an instant replay because I'd like to see. That's something, maybe it's just a spectator eye, but I just watched the ball, I guess. I didn't see anything really bad.
So it's 3rd down and 11 after the loss of 5, 5:29 left to go, first quarter. Scoreless here in Smith Center between these Mid-Continent League rivals, Smith Center and TMP. As the Redmen have to hustle up here to get the play in and get it off before the play clock runs down here. As Doan and McKelvey bring the play back in. 3rd down and 11 for the Redmen. Reed Doan split out to the right. Isaac Puritan going to be covering him. McKelvey, the wing back on the left side. Redmen have to hustle up, and now a false start again on the Redmen.
Penalty flag.
So instead, 3rd and 11, now it's 3rd and 16. Ball all the way back to the 41-yard line. 42-yard line.
This is scary because, we need a great play call here on 3rd down and very long, and a couple of, I guess, kind of stupid penalties on the Redmen. And let's hope this doesn't stall out their drive.
3rd and 16 from the 42-yard line. Doan and McKelvey both split out to the left or to the right. Hutchinson, quick pass out to McKelvey. Cole's got some work to do to get around the defense. They're going to say his knee went down, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play.
Pass is complete to number 1.
And that is going to set up a 4th down and even longer, as the Redmen now are going to be moved back to TMP's 45, and they are electing to punt this one away.
Ball at the 45-yard line. 4:40 left to go. They started this drive at the Monarch 36-yard line, so they've done nothing but lose 9 yards on this drive.
Kind of hoping this one, we knew it was going to be close like we said, but I'm hoping it's not going to be a punt fest.
All right. As Hutchinson, again, as he punt the ball away. Again, Dreiling back to receive. Parker's got time, punts this one, takes a bounce up the sideline. What a great roll that Parker Hutchinson get as the Redmen mark it down at the 8.
Yeah, that was a great punt and an even better roll by Parker Hutchinson. He kicked that one a little sideways, had some spiral to it, and it rolled its way down inside of the Monarch 10. So 92 yards potentially for the Monarchs ahead of them with 4:14 left to go. Score still the same, 2 goose eggs.
As that's the second punt inside the 20 for Parker this season. Granted, he was a whole lot closer this time than his last one. Didn't have to punt it nearly as far to get it inside the 20.
Yeah, I was a punter back in junior high, and I had 0 punts because I got moved to center. But
Sibe split out to the left, Nels to the right, Gillespie in the backfield with Lyles. They hand it off to Gillespie. Tries to get around the right side, and he's met by a wall of red.
And that was great first contact there by Brady Dabian on the outside. Hit him with the shoulder, and he forced Gillespie to turn around and go the other way. And there was no other way to go, as 4 or 5 Redmen were already on top of him. So that's going to be a loss of a couple yards and set up a 2nd and 12 now from the 6.
3:50 left to go, first quarter. Scoreless here in Smith Center. As the TMP Monarchs in the shadow of their own goal line here. As looks like Dreiling split out to the right, Nels to the left. Again, double wing, that's Puritan and Dinkle with Gillespie in the backfield. High snap. Lyles corrals it, throws to the right, has Puritan, and Puritan going to be brought down just shy of the first down marker.
And that was just a nice, simple slant route across the middle of the field, and some man coverage was played there by the Redmen. Brant Wilson was on him, and that is going to be pretty solid second down play. And it looks like Sibe's going to come back into the game for the Monarchs.
3rd down and 2 here for the Monarchs. Ball at the 16-yard line. Under 3 minutes left to play, first quarter. Gillespie and Nels split out to the left, Sibe to the right. Lyles in the backfield by himself as he's going to run it straight up the middle. And, he might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Are we going to see a tush push now?
Maybe.
It looks like they're going to give him about a yard, maybe a half a yard. But as it stands, it's going to be now 4th and 1 instead of 3rd and 2. And just under 2:30 left to go.
4th and 1 here for the Monarchs. We'll see what Coach Stevenson, if he's feeling gutsy here in the first quarter, deep in their own side of the field, what he wants to do here with 2:20 left to go first. Still scoreless. You, of course, trust your offense to be able to pick up this 1 yard, but you just never know. Something crazy could happen, and now a timeout going to be called. We'll take it with them. 2:11 left to play first quarter. We're scoreless here in Smith Center. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA. Side Kyler Elliott from Hubbard Stadium in Smith Center. The TMP Monarchs face a 4th and 1 from their own 16-yard line. It looks like, at least for the moment, they're lined up to go for it here. Syme split out to the right. Twins to the left. Double wing with Dinkle and Puritan, the wingbacks on either side, as Lyle stands in shotgun by himself. 4th and 1 from their own 16-yard line. Here comes that Monarch offense as Lyles gets the snap, looks right, goes right, has his man in. It's caught. Puritan with the first down catch.
And that was just a couple of great routes by Puritan, and he was the one that pretty much brought that drive back from the brink of extinction. It was about a 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14. Then a catch from Puritan brings it to 3rd and 2. And then that 4th down grab by Puritan is going to set up a 1st down and 10.
Gain of 14 as both of the completions for Lyles have went to Puritan for those 24 yards. It's now 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Their first down of the ball game. As Lyles sends Puritan in motion. And now he's looking for Nels in the flats and just out of his reach.
And it looks like, that's hard to do, especially on the frame that Grant Nels has to throw it out of his reach. But he was trying for a one-hand snag, and unfortunately he's not like Odell Beckham Jr., and he cannot bring that one in. But, so far, pretty good decision making on on Carson Lyles' passes.
Yeah, he was just a little bit off the mark on that one. Lyles had to try to Nels had to try to dive for that one and just couldn't come up with the catch. So here it comes, 2nd down and 10 for the Monarchs. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Clock stops at 1:39 left to go. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Gillespie in the backfield. Lyles drops back, looking, has his man, and Syme. Oh, he had it. Syme had it in his hands and somehow dropped it in triple coverage. Lyles couldn't have walked that ball out there any better. He dropped it in a bucket, and Syme couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, and I don't know if Syme was getting a little nervous about Carson McKelvey in there, because it looked like
the footsteps.
Yeah, it looked like from our angle, McKelvey kind of swatted it away. But yeah, that was a beautiful ball, especially for throwing a lob pass in a group of 4 people. 3 of those are the other team, and so I don't know how much better you could throw that ball.
As Dreiling and Nels split out to the left. Gillespie in the backfield behind Lyles. As they flip it to Gillespie. He tries to get around the left side. Gillespie has some speed, and he's going to be brought down by Cole McKelvey.
And it looks like that's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8 for the Monarchs. That is going to set up another 4th down decision for Coach Stevenson. No doubt he's going to probably want to go for this one, as we are just about to 1:10. Now we're at 1:10 in this first quarter. It's still a couple goose eggs. We're hoping one or both of them crack so we can make a nice omelet.
4th and 2 from their own 38-yard line for the Monarchs. Jacob Syme brings the play in from that Monarch sideline as the Monarchs go right to left on your radio dial here in the first quarter. They break the huddle. They send Syme and Puritan to the left. Dinkle and Nels to the left. It's Syme and Puritan to the right as he's going to pass it. Does Lyles side, catches that one as he's falling down.
And man, I honestly think the Titans should bring Carson Lyles onto their squad as a quarterback because these are some great decisions by Carson Lyles. So far, he's been hitting just open slant routes, open out routes, and he's not really. And that beautiful lob pass, a play earlier, he is not making bad decisions with the football, and the Redmen need him to if they want to stop this TMP offense.
Gain of 11 brings up 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. 20 seconds left to go, first quarter. Nell split out to the left. One man to the right. Lyles keeps it himself, and he's brought down to the backfield. Kattenberg gets to him in the backfield.
That was some great defense by Dominic Kattenberg. Just absolutely runs through the line. No one can stop him, and that is going to be a great tackle and finish off this quarter for a loss for the TMP offense. It's going to be a 2nd down and 13 to start off this second quarter.
We'll be back to Hubbard Stadium, second quarter of action. After this, you're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Yeah, that's all of us.
That is not right there. There you go.
You say something about
That heals.
all the hailstone went through that same spot just like last year.
Stuff on the highway was just shell at the hip. Stuff over by you was broken off. Not far down the slope.
Welcome back to
About this far
Hubbard Stadium. Yesterday alongside Tyler Elliott as we are here in the Swiss Center tonight. As the Swiss Center Redmond and TMP Monarchs Center get on through their first quarter scoreless here at Hubbard Stadium.
And as we are through this play, great defense by Dominic Kattenberg. So it's going to be 2nd down and 13 on the 46-yard line for the Monarchs. Side in motion.
As Lyles waits the snap, there it is. Rookie goes in the backs two sides. Side up the Monarch sideline. Get a nice game here.
I thought he was going to try for a throw pull there.
Pass is complete.
I thought he was prepping himself for it.
Side gain of 5 on the play.
Tackled by number 4, Marker
So
Hutchison.
now it's going to be 3rd down and 8 as the Monarchs get across the 50-yard line. It will be on the Redmond 49.
11:53 left to play here, first half. Scoreless in Smith Center. As they await the huddle here.
And it looks like Grant Nels and Nash Dryling going to be on the right side of the screen. With Purinton and the wingback. Lyles takes the snap and will pitch it off to Gillespie. Gillespie with the stiff arm, and he's going to be brought down by a couple. Redmond looks like that's going to be Reed Doan and Colby. So this one's going to be now got a 4th down and 5.
Number 7, Reed
So I would assume that TMP is going to punt, but they're also in a pretty awkward spot on the field here at the Redmond 47-yard line. So we will see what Coach Stevenson decides to do. It looks like he's keeping the same guys out on the field, but he's bringing Sybe in for the play, and Dryling's going to come back into the game. So I'm thinking they're going to go for this.
4:56, ball at the Redmond 47-yard line, 11:13, and counting left to go first half.
I don't know.
Well, it looks like Grant Nels is back in the snap. So I'm thinking this is going to be a short punt.
Now Lyles drops back to punt the ball away. Nice punt here, spiraling punt sends Doan back. He's going to watch it drop. And he stopped it up at 1-yard line. What a good effort was that Jacob's side with that dominant. There was Jacob's side back on there, down that thing at the 1-yard line. I thought that ball was going into the end zone. You don't see that every day happen. What a great effort by Jacob's side to get down there and get that ball stopped.
So now this is as long as you can get on a football field. 99 yards for the Redmen.
How easy of a catch?
About 99 and a half.
So here comes that Redmond offense.
It looked like me.
Down spread out to the right. McCovey wing back on the right side. First and 10 from their own 1-yard line for the Redmond. Hutchinson in the pistol set.
You could have returned it.
Goal and set by Monarch.
They hand it off to Wilson. Brant straight up the middle. He drags a couple players for gain of a couple to give him a little bit more breathing room.
Number 5,
That one's going to be a gain of about 4 for Brant Wilson. That's going to set up a 2nd and 6 on the 5. And about 10 and a half left to go in this game. Still a couple of eggs, and I'm getting hungry. I think we need to start cooking those things.
Second down here for the Redmond. Under 10 and a half to go. Ball at their own 5-yard line. At least a little bit more breathing room now for Parker Hutchinson in this Redmond offense. Hutchinson in the pistol set. There's a snap. They hand this one off to Griffin Powers. Riley off the left side. Ball to Wilson. Ball is a short break. A couple tackles. Picks up the first down. He's down under the 12-yard line.
And that was great running once again by Griffin Powers. I feel like I'm going to be saying that all game, but he just knows where to run the ball, and he knows where the gaps are in the defense. You know, he saw those 2 TMP guys in the inside gaps on the ground, and he's like, no, I want no part of that. And he just runs outside to where he has some blockers, and it pays for the Redmen.
First and 10 from their own 12-yard line. Griffin Powers dots the eye, and that pistol set behind Hutchinson. Goes from out to the left. Hutchinson gets the snap, hands this one off to Griffin Powers. First one tackle back there. Stays on the feet, tackles through, and he's got it up to about the 20.
I'm not even going to say it now because you know exactly what I'm going to say. Great 9-yard run by Griffin Powers. They're saying 8-yard run. I try to be an optimist, but you know, not everyone agrees with me. So that'll be an 8-yard pickup for Griffin Powers. 9:20 left to go. Still scoreless in this game, but the Redmen have 2nd and 2 on their own 20.
So Hutchinson awaits the snap here. And the flag comes in as Hutchinson keeps himself on the left side and kicks out of bounds, but
I don't know what you call it.
There is number 4.
flag on the play.
Parker Hutchinson. Penalty flag.
Looks like that one's also going to be on the Redmen because
This whole season, and now they're
that one's going to be another false
I
start.
don't know what they're
So the Redmen once again going backwards.
So that's their fourth quarter, 20 yards.
illegal procedure.
All 4 penalties have been the same thing. All illegal procedures so far in the first half. Square is a Smith 9:05 left to go. Puts it back 5 yards.
What's wrong?
Back into the 15-yard line.
Can you hear me? Can you hear who?
Down, split out to the right or to the left.
Calling Michael being too far off and the wingback guy or something.
Offset I formation and that pistol set with Hutchinson. There's the snap. Hutchinson follows his blockers around the left side and somehow breaks through all those tacklers as there's a whole wall of white in front of him, and somehow Parker got hit about the line of scrimmage and somehow still able to come away with right at the first down marker.
And that was some hard running by Parker Hutchinson. A little Derrick Henry-esque, I guess. Just shaking off defenders left and right. And that's going to set up a great first down for the Redmen. And this clock's going to continue running.
First and 10 from their own 23-yard line. They hand it off to Wilson. Brandt straight up the middle. Stiff arm. He's got an opening. He's got a blocker in front. He's at the 50. Brandt cuts back 45, 40. He's at the 35. He's got Grant Nels in front of him, and Nels is going to bring him down, but not until Brandt gets a huge first down run all the way down inside the Monarch 35-yard line.
And that was a great run by Wilson. And that one, I don't even know how that one happened. There was just a hole, and then next thing you know, Brant Wilson's running down the sideline, and that is a huge gain for the Redmen, and this is going to hopefully get the momentum that they need to carry this one into the end zone.
So they were at their own 28, down to the 32. Gain of 32 there for Brant. 52 yards. So first and 10 for the Redmen. So they hand it off to Griffin Powers off the left side.
And Powers kind of got a little windmilled there as he got grabbed by the leg and then hit sideways. But he'll get up fine, and that's going to be a 3-yard gain for the Redmen. And that's going to set up a 2nd down and 7 from the TMP 29. So this is the closest that any team's gotten to the other team's end zone. So we'll see if that can result in some points being scored.
7:40 left to go here first half. Scoreless in Smith Center is Hutchinson. 3rd and 7 at the 29-yard line. Stands where he goes in motion, left to right. There's a snap. They hand it off to Griffin Powers again. Riley follows Brand through the hole, and he gets tripped up. There's one of the Monarch linemen down, and Riley just tripped over the top of him.
Yes, not an ideal yardage for the Redmen on 2nd down. So that one's going to set up a 3rd down and 6 or 5, somewhere around there. So
we'll call it gain of 2, 3rd and 5 with 7:05 left to go. Scoreless here in Smith Center. The Redmen after a big run by Brant Wilson.
Plays being called in the huddle for the Redmen. And it looks like Davian's going to be tight end on the right side. Cole McKelvey's going to move over to wingback on the right side as well, with Doan also out to the right side and an offset eye.
As Wilson stands and another whistle. Timeout this time at least, though, by the Redmen. So we'll take it with them. 6:41 left to go here first half. Smith Center and the TMP scoreless here at Hubbard Stadium. You're listening to Redmond football on KQMA.
He had to call that. Never counted the run out time already.
That's a 15-yard
penalty. Though have a 3rd down and 5 from the 27-yard line after the big run by Brant Wilson. They said about 52 yards, but we'll go with it. We'll give him 52. I don't think he was all the way back at the 16 though. I think he was at like the 25, but we'll go with it.
Nah.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll give him a 50-yard run. That's his longest of the season.
Hey, I mean, listen, that's what you want as a fullback. You don't get those long runs very often.
Right. 6:41 left to go. The Redmen come out 3rd and 5 from the Monarch 27-yard line. Hutchinson in the pistol eye has Doan split out to the left. As Hutchinson follows his blockers around the left side, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, and he's going to be just shy of that 1st down marker.
And no doubt in my mind, Redmond, I think, are going to go right back to Hutchinson or maybe even to Brant Wilson on this 4th down. A 3-yard pickup by Hutchinson is going to be 4th down and 2 from the Monarch 24. So Redmond just 4 yards away from the red zone, and like I said, no doubt in my mind, they're going to go for this one.
Yeah, no kidding, especially Cutter McDowell, the normal kicker, in street clothes tonight, so they don't have their field goal kicker tonight, so have to go for it for sure here.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm not out there kicking the ball for him.
Well,
so
I bet we could get you into Cutter's uniform. They wouldn't notice.
And
flags everybody. Flags for everybody on this play.
And usually they're going to give that one to the offense, but it looked like there was lots of movement on both sides of the ball, so we'll see which ones the ref feels like calling.
The line judge is already moving the Redmond way. That is their 5th penalty, all the exact same, illegal procedure, 25 yards. So instead of 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, it's now 4th and about 6 or 7 back to the 28-yard line.
And that is less than ideal for the Redmen because, you already had a play call in your mind on 4th down and 2, but now from 4th down and 7, that's going to completely change. So let's see what the Redmen do here.
Offset I formation behind Hutchinson. Don't split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback on the left side. Hutchinson follows blockers around the right side. He's got an opening. Hutchinson bounces it to the outside, stays on his feet, and gets the 1st down as there was a Monarch that had him at about the 1st down marker, but Hutchinson able to keep his balance and gain a few more yards.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of hurdle action there by Hutchinson as he just jumped over the really low to the ground TMP Monarch And that's going to set up first down for the Redmond from the Monarch 14.
So call it gain of 10, 13 yards for Hutchinson. First and 10 from the 15-yard line. They hand it off to Wilson. Brandt going to get caught up.
In that one, yeah, we heard it up here in the booth from some of the other guys. That one would have been a touchdown if Brandt had just not gotten tripped up. There was no one after that initial line by the Monarchs. So pretty lucky arm tackle by the Monarch lineman. So that one's going to be a 2nd down and 5, and the Redmen are at the 10-yard line.
Second down and 5 for the Redmen. Don't split out to the left. I formation behind Hutchinson. There's the snap. They hand this one off again to Wilson. Wilson lowers his shoulder, dives forward, and no signal yet. There it is. It's a Redmond touchdown. Brant Wilson over the top of a defender. He's going to score from 10 yards out.
And that's one thing the Redmond specialize in, is running the same play with the exact same amount of success. They handed it off to Brant Wilson a play before. He just got tripped up, and, they decide, hey, we're just going to run the same thing again right at him. And this time, the TMP Monarchs could not stop it. So that's going to be the first score of this ball game with 4:49 left to go in the second. So still enough time for TMP to get a drive, but as it stands, Redmond have the lead, and they're going to go for 2 as Hutchinson is going to be in the backfield, and Wilson's going to be right next to him on the left side.
Griffin Powers stands behind Hutchinson. There's a snap. Parker going to follow Brandt through the hole. He gets stood up, keeps his feet, somehow broke a tackle, and he's got the 2-point conversion.
So the Redmen, after not being able to score for just, oh gosh, I've been in college. I was about to say for almost 15 minutes of football. No, it's 12, but for about 19, 20 minutes of football, Redmond or TMP could not score, and now we saw a great 99-yard drive by the Redmen, and that's going to cap off with a Parker Hutchinson 2-point conversion.
4:49 left to play. When we come back, you're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
I'd say we might have made something, because then on that drive, then we have at least 3.
Yeah.
We have at least 2 false starts and a legal procedure. Yeah, they have a legal procedure or something. That's one.
So we'll see how he's handling it. It looks like he's going right back into the huddle, but he is really favoring that right leg.
We definitely forgot to switch pins at the start of the second quarter, so the whole first half is going to be one color this time. Normally, I have a color of pin for each quarter so we know which quarter was what, but that's all right. We're too exciting here tonight to remember to switch pins.
Yeah, I mean...
8-0, Smith Center leads. 4:42 left to go first half, as Lyles has Gillespie in the backfield with him. Fakes the handoff, looking, going up that Monarch sideline for Nels, and good defensive effort by Reed Doan.
And that one, I think, was just a hair overthrown by Carson Lyles. But if he would have not put as much on it, that one would have probably gone Grant Nell's way.
Brandt's trying to plead the case for offensive pass interference. He's talked to 2 different refs out there trying to get an explanation of why there wasn't offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that shove after by Nels was pretty blatant, but you know, I mean, is it really pass interference if the ball's already on the ground?
So 2nd down and 10 here for the Monarchs. 4:36 left to go. First half, Smith Center leads 8-0. Lyles in the backfield. Sends a man in motion. That's Nels from left to right. Lyles goes over the middle, has his man. It's Dinkle. Dinkle's off. He's at the 30. He's at the 25. Brent Wilson able to track him down, but not until he picks up a big gain here on 2nd down.
And that was the exact same play that they ran for Jacob Seib earlier in the game that was somehow dropped. Just that simple little floater. This time to Dinkle. That one is a huge
44-yarder to Caden Dinkle. And they pick up the 1st down. And their drive is alive into the red zone down to the 19-yard line.
That was a win back.
This time we're going to be Dinkle and Nels on the left side.
As Lyles again the snap off to the left, but he's able to corral it, breaks 1 tackle. He's rolling out to his right, has his man, and it's caught. It is caught by Puritan. He breaks a tackle, and he's right at the line. He's going to get down to the 1-yard line. So a gain of 18 for Puritan.
And you could tell he wanted that one bad, but unfortunately he's about a half a yard short. So Redmond, long 99-yard drive. This one's looking like a quick. Well, how far was that about?
Like 63.
63 yards.
They start at their own 37. 3:55 and counting left to go here. First half. So Center leads 8-0, but TMP knocking on the door. They have 1st and goal from the 1. Lyles in the pistol set. Gillespie stands behind him. Lyles keeps it, and Hack hits him right away. They're trying to strip it out, but he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, if anything.
And that is something that, if you're Smith Center, I don't know if you'd want to risk it, because when you strip the ball, that means you're focused more on the ball and not the player. And if Lyles could have slipped his way out of there, that play might have gone differently. But as it stands, it's going to be about a yard loss for the Monarchs. So this time it's going to be 2nd down and goal from their own 2.
3:15 and counting left to play as they bring the play in. 8-0. Smith Center leads 8-0. As Dreiling split out to the right. Gillespie and Nels to the left. Lyle stands in the backfield by himself. He's going to go off that left side, dives for the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Carson Lyles from 2 yards out. He finds the end zone. And just like that, in a matter of a blink of an eye, TMP answers. It's 8-6 with 2:56 left to go in the first half.
Yeah, and that was just, honestly, that was really good play calling by Coach Stevenson and the Monarchs. He was he was sort of pounding the rock, running those short quarterback runs, and then, when they least expect it, you have Carson Lyles run forward just a little bit and then throw a nice little dump off to Dinkle for 44 yards, and then a great throw and catch by Puritan. And that was just a great drive by the Monarchs. There wasn't really much to critique by the Redmen. It was just better by the Monarchs. And 2-point conversion here. Lyles going to roll out and throw that one to Seib, and that one's going to be good. So the Monarchs going to tie this one up at 8 with 2:52 left in the half.
All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Whether on the field or in the stands, displaying good sportsmanship creates the positive environment for our students. When you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. An easy way to display good sportsmanship is by cheering for your team, not against your opponent or official. Do your part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. This message is brought to you by the Kansas High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory Team.
Brock said it.
first half, and just like that, in a blink of an eye, well, we're tied again, 8-8 as TMP, 5 plays, 63 yards, a minute 46 off the clock, and a 2-yard run by Carson Lyles gets the Monarchs on the board. They got the 2-point conversion to tie it up at 8 as Lyles will kick off. Doan and McKelvey back deep to receive for the Redmen.
So the Redmen will get about 3 minutes here on offense to finish off this half. Lyles, his kick is away. That one's a deep one.
Sends Doan all the way back inside the 5 to about the, right at about the 5-yard line. Doan's off. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, 40. He's at the 52. Man to beat. Cuts back. Oh, he slipped. Oh, Reed Doan slipped at the 43-yard line. He was looking for the first kick return for the Redmen for a touchdown since 2023. He saw it in his sights, but the grass had other ideas.
Yeah, someone just excellent banana peel placement on the previous lap. So that one's going to trip up Reed Doan. And still, as it stands, a great return to start off this final drive in the half.
So the Redmen will start at the Monarch 42-yard line. Doan to the right, McKelvey to the left. I formation behind Hutchinson. He sends McKelvey in motion left to right. There's the snap. They hand this one off to Wilson. Brandt tries to bounce at the outside, stiff arm up to the 40, and see where they spot him out at.
Looks like they're going to bring him out at right around the Monarch 38.
Gain of 4 for Brandt that time. He's at 80 yards on 7 carries. Second down and 6 for the Redmen. 2:41 left to go first half. Actually looks like gain of 3 on the play, so 79 yards. Second down and 7. Nichols split out to the right. Stansbury to the left. Offset I formation as Stansbury goes in motion left to right. Is now Hutchinson going to keep it himself. He follows his blockers. He's off. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's got one man to beat at the 5, and he's going to score, but there's a flag at the 25-yard line.
And I think that one's going to be a holding on Brady Wilson. He grabbed just a little bit more than what he's allotted of Grant Nell's jersey. So that one, I think, is going to come back, and yes, it will. So negate that 39-yard touchdown run by Parker Hutchinson.
So a 10-yard penalty. So the flag right about the 26-yard line. So instead of a touchdown and a 39-yard touchdown or a 38-yard touchdown, well, Parker going to get 2 yards on the play.
Well, that's better than none.
10 yards.
I guess. So it's going to bring up second down and 6, ball at the 36.
Hutchinson still in the pistol eye with Wilson and Griffin Powers behind him.
Doan split out to the left, McKelvey to the right. Now McKelvey goes in motion right to left. 2nd and 5. There's the snap. They hand it off to Wilson. Brandt straight up the middle, and he's going to fall forward to a gain of about the 30 to the 31. Either way, he picked up the first down.
So 2.5 left to go, and as soon as these boys get set, clock is going to start running, and there it is.
6-yard gain. 85 yards on 8 carries for Wilson in the first half. 2:20 left to go first half. We're tied at 8. Carson Nichols split out to the left. Stansbury, the wingback on the left side. I formation behind Hutchinson. And another whistle. Ball start again on the Redmen.
And that one's going to be on Carson Nichols, as he just jumped a little bit too early. So that is going to be, what, the 8th penalty on the Redmen?
7th penalty for 40 yards. Ball back to the 36-yard line. 2:12 left to go first half. 1st and 15 for the Redmen as Doan and McKelvey both come in. We're tied at 8 apiece, and the Redmen trying to get on the board here before halftime because TMP will get the ball to start the second half. 4th play of this drive, and the Redmen again, 1st and 15 from the 36-yard line. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback on the right side. I formation behind Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets the snap. Counterplay with McKelvey. McKelvey around the left side, breaks a couple tackles and gains about 4 on the play.
Wonder if the Redmen are going to start using their timeouts, but it looks like they're going to let this clock run just a little bit more. So we're sitting right around 1:40 left to go in the half. 2nd down and 11 for the Redmen from the Monarch 31 and 3/4 yard line.
We'll call it the 32. Make it easier math that way.
The 31 and 7/8 yard line.
There you go. Schaefer split out to the right, stands ready, the wing back on the left side. They give it to Riley Griffin Powers. Riley gets to the outside, cuts back, stays on his feet. He dives forward. Good block out there by Brant Wilson to spring Riley Griffin Powers. Gets up to the 27-yard line.
So this is going to be a third down or fourth down and short, or third down and short.
We'll call it gain of 9 on the play.
Under a minute left to go, 50 seconds remaining for the Redmen.
3rd and 2 here for the Redmen. As Hutchinson tries to get to the outside, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
And there's an injury on the play as Nels is holding that left arm. So this is going to be a timeout.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Redmen. As we'll take the injury timeout. Well, he's already getting back up, it looks like. As we'll just keep this one here this time. Normally you take the injury timeout, but as it looks like he may be getting back up. Either way, 35 seconds left. It's 4th and a long, 1 short, 2 here for the Redmen when play gets back underway. As Nels was the one that made that tackle, and then he is the slow man to get up. So the Redmen going to have a big 4th down here, trying to get points on the board before halftime, as the Monarchs will get the ball back to start that second half. As Nels still slow to get up here. Looks like he's getting up to his knees now, so good to see Grant Nels able to walk off under his own power.
I'm thinking it's a wrist injury by the way he was holding it, but big player out for the Monarchs.
At least for one play, and a big 4th down play. 35 seconds left to go, first half, 8-8. 4th down and about 2, ball at around the 22-yard line, 23-yard line. They need the 21 for a first down. Offset I formation as Wilson stands to the left of Hutchinson in the backfield. There's the snap. Hutchinson straight up the middle. He's going to dive forward. He's got the 20 and a first down. But the Monarchs say there's a fumble on the play.
And the ball is in.
But they blew that dead pretty early, so we'll see. It could be a gain of 3 and a first down for the Redmen. And now they're going to discuss.
And it looks like they are already done discussing, and the Redmen are going to get the first down. So with 30 seconds left to go, there's going to be a timeout taken by the Redmen. Score 8-8, Redmond on the 20-yard line.
We'll be back with that the last 30 seconds after this. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. These men and women take time out of their lives to ensure a safe and fair environment for student athletes. As you attend sporting events this year, keep in mind the hard work and dedication of the officials. Respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory Team would like to thank all those who take the time to officiate our competitions.
To Smith Center, Jesse Ray alongside Kyler Elliott. The Redmen back in the red zone, but they only have 30 seconds to work with. 1st and 10 from the 20. 30 seconds left to play. They have 1 timeout to use. With McKelvey split out to the right, Doan to the left. This will be a play number, looks like 9 of this drive. So, play number 9 of this drive.
Hutchinson in the backfield. Sorry about that.
Doan out to the left, McKelvey to the right, pistol set as the Redmen have 1st and 10 from the 20, but again, only 30 seconds to work with. McKelvey goes in motion, pump, looking over the middle. It's Brady Wilson, and there's the flag. It's a pass interference. It doesn't matter that they picked it off because it's coming back as Brady got destroyed in the backfield by a couple different Monarchs. So this one's going to be a pass interference on the Monarchs, and it will remain Redmond football.
That is something you do not see very often, a defensive pass interference while the Redmen are passing the ball.
Fair. That's because it doesn't happen very often, but that one clear as day. Pass interference on the Monarchs as Brady, he had a step, and then all of a sudden he was on the ground and the Monarchs had the football.
And just a little bit too early of contact by Purinton. Just a little bit.
Just a little early. So they move the ball up to the...
And
what? They just waved it off at an interception by the Monarchs. Oh, my. Okay, so an interception by the Redmen.
And that one is going to, I guess, be a pretty long return by Nash Dreiling.
Okay, then, 25 seconds left to go. There is not I don't think a single Redmond faithful was sitting down after they waved that flag off.
Well, I thought that one was pretty clear as day. I mean, you have the tight end in a chokehold before the ball's even thrown, and then he's on the ground.
They apparently say it must have been tipped first. So, okay. This is where an instant replay would be handy. 25 seconds left to go in the half. The Monarchs, 25 seconds and 2 timeouts. They need 59 yards to the end zone. They also get the ball back to start the second half. Lyles in the pistol set. Drops and rolls to his right. Looks back left. Has his man. It's Nels. Up and no good.
Oh, I thought he had that one in his hands, and I was just about to.
He just about hauled that one in one-handed.
Man, I must say, Carson Lyles has been throwing some pretty good passes in this first half.
He has. He is a very good quarterback, especially here in the Mid-Continent League where, passing's at a premium. You don't pass very often in the Mid-Continent League, but Lyles is a very good quarterback and it kind of puts the ball wherever he wants it, really. With 17 seconds left to go in the half, the clock has stopped 8-8. Smith Center and TMP tied here, and the Monarchs have the football at their own 41-yard line. As Dinkles and Nell split out to the right, side to the left. Lyles throws left, has Simon. He's going to get out of bounds.
And that one is going to be across the 50-yard line for the Monarchs.
Gain of 12 on the play.
So 11 seconds left to go, and I hate to say it, this is not a, there's probably 2 plays for the Monarchs here in this 11 seconds, so we'll see how they're going to be spent.
And they do have 2 timeouts still, so if they can catch it quick, get down, call timeout, they have some time here in Lyles. They just have to get in his field goal range at this point because he's a very good field goal kicker as well. 11 seconds left to go in the first half, 8-8. Monarchs have it on the Redmond side of the 50, down to the 47-yard line. And a timeout going to be called by TMP. We'll take it with them. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA. Center Jesse Ray alongside Kyler Elliott. What a crazy second quarter this has been. As it was scoreless in a defensive battle in the first quarter, and it's been pure chaos here in the second quarter. Still 8-8 though, and the Monarchs have 1 timeout left and 11 seconds. With trips to the right, 1 man to the left. Lyle stands in the backfield alone. There's a snap. He rolls to his right, looks back left. He's going for Sibe. He's got it, and it's picked up by Stansberry. Isaac Stansberry intercepts it with 5 seconds left to play.
And, this one isn't going to mean too much in the grand scheme of things unless the Redmen have a miracle first down play with 5 seconds left. And, that's just, that's a little bit of payback from a really questionable lack of pass interference by the referees.
So the Redmen will get it 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. 5 seconds left to go here in this half. One play here for the Redmen before halftime. Again, the Monarchs do get the ball back to start the second half as the Redmen will send Doan to the right. McKelvey, the wingback, on the right side. Davian, the tight end, on the left side. A pistol I formation behind Hutchinson. Ball at their own 17-yard line. They're just going to hand this one off to Wilson Brandt straight up the middle, and he's going to get a nice gain here up to about the 28-yard line. So we'll call it gain of 11 to end the half, and the Redmen will be tied with the Monarchs 8-all at halftime. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football at KQMA.
By 2026 Scarlets, coached by Amber Davis. Tonight, dancing to My House, a UVA routine. Introducing freshman Brexley Boyle, Riley Stansberry, co-captain Turner Richler, sophomores Sophia Glasgow, and Georgia McCartney. Juniors, Pal Campo, Kylie Freindall, Casey Harrisburg, Sadie Liddell, and Captain Chloe Padilla. Ladies, your music is on.
As the Monarchs, looks like Carson Miles. 13 passes for 114 yards. Catching those passes.
Here we go. Me and my little baby let's shop this paint. Call the range. Then take me to Tiffany and walk the long carrots on my face. Diamonds on my belly chain and my diamond rings. I'm riding trains, sitting sideways on my diamond rings. Saving them money, so now we gon' fall out. Let's be true,
See an upset here on a beautiful Friday night.
It is a beautiful playoff football weather. Is last few years it seems like we get into the second, third week of November and it just absolutely gross out. Well, according to is that on Max Preps?
Yeah.
14-2. So that's always most of the time it's parents or somebody reporting that into Max Preps, but I mean it could be 14-2 Inman on top of Mount Ridge.
Yeah, Inman scores a touchdown and then they go for 2 and then Mount Ridge just runs it back, but
or safety. That's no fun.
But we're not here for Inman Mount Ridge. We're here for Redmond TMP football. Brant Wilson here to kick it away for the Redmen. Back to receive for the Monarchs is going to be Isaac Purinton.
So the Redmen will kick right to left on your radio dial.
Number 11, Isaac Purinton.
8-8. It has been a great Mid-Continent League battle here in the playoffs. Second round action as they're going to run up on this one, and they pick it up at the 25 up to the 30. As that was Nash Dreiling on the return for the Monarchs.
And it looks like he's going to be spotted at the 31-yard line of the Monarchs sideline. So 68-yard drive ahead for the Monarchs potentially. But like I said, whoever wins this drive wins the ball game.
As Lyles brings the play in here for the Monarchs. I think kick return might be the only thing he's not in on. So I don't think he was out there for kick return. I don't know. I could be wrong. We'll have to see if there's another kickoff. As he lines up in the pistol set. Twins to the right, twins to the left. There's the snap. He drops back, looks right, goes right, has his man, and out of reach. Side the intended receiver.
And that was honestly the first bad ball that Lyles has thrown on that out route to side. But honestly, great coverage by Carson McKelvey. I don't know. Even if that was a good ball, I don't know if that one would have been caught. He was right there on position. He almost ran the route with him.
11:51 left to go. Clock stops there as Dreiling brings the play in here for the Monarchs.
Looks like Dreiling, Nels, and Dinkle all on the right side. So little trips with Seib out to the left.
Lyles in the backfield by himself. Again, the snap keeps going to his left. He's able to corral it, though, as he rolls to his right, throws it, has his man. It's Dinkle, and he's hit hard by Reed Doan. And going to be a few yards shy of that first down marker.
Yeah, it looks like that one's going to be a gain of 7 for the Monarchs, which I'm not sure. There we go, gain of 5. Sorry, so that one's going to set up a 3rd down and 5 from the TMP 38. So we are going to see, looks like Lyles looking to the sideline for the play call.
Dreiling again runs it in here with 11:19 and counting left to go third quarter. We're tied at 8 apiece here between Smith Center and TMP. The Redmen won this matchup 42-21 back in week 5 of the season, but a lot has changed since then here for the Monarchs as Lyles gets the snap, looks left, looking, now rolls to his left. He might haul this one down. No, he's going to pass it late to Dinkle, and he's got the first down.
And that was a great cross-body throw by Lyles. That one looked a little Mahomey, as Chris Collinsworth would say. But good conversion by the Monarchs, and they're going to keep this drive going as we are under 11 minutes now, 10:58 to go in the third quarter. Game is tied up at 8.
And a final from Phillipsburg. Phillipsburg stays alive as they take down Haven tonight 52-22. So the Panthers move on to the next round. 10:58 left to go, third quarter. 9-yard completion there from Lyles to Dinkle for the first. Lyles, quick pass to the left, and he's got Seib, and Carson McKelvey throws him out of bounds.
Number 7.
That's not going to be before a gain of about 6 by Seib. And that's going to, they're going to say 7. So it's not 6, but 7.
So ball down to the Redmond 46-yard line. Second down and 3 here for the Monarchs. 10.5 minutes left to go, third quarter, tied at 8 apiece.
That's the wrong one. 6-7, not 7-6.
Seib and Nels to the right. Puritan, the wing back on the right side. Lyles rolls to his right under pressure, gets the pass off. Seib has it, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, and finally brought down after a nice gain here on that second down play.
It's seeming like the Monarchs are really loving this flood concept out on the right side. They have either Purinton, Dreiling, Dinkle, or Nels in some combination of those 2 or 3 on the right side, and they're just running corners, outs, and then you're having Saib come across on a slant on the middle in that flood route, and it's been there every time because flood routes are always hard, or flood concepts are always hard to defend.
As Lyles in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, looking, has his man. It's Nels again. Nels lowers his shoulder. He's got the first down.
And that is another large gain for the Monarchs. It looks like it's going to be a gain of 15. So that is going to set them up at the Redmond 24-yard line. 9.5 and counting in this game, tied up at 8, but TMP marching down the field.
First catch of the ball game for Grant Nels, a 15-yarder. 7th play of this drive, all passes so far, 6 passes on this drive, and the Monarchs moving right down the field. 1st and 10 from the Redmond 24-yard line as they send a man in motion, and then the Redmond jump off sides. But the Redmond are pointing at the Monarchs, so we'll see.
Penalty flag.
I don't know, that one was called by the TMP side judge.
On the defense, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 5.
So moves the ball down to the 19-yard line. So 1st and 5 from the 19 with 9:07 left to go, 3rd quarter. Clock starts up here. 8-8 is our score, but the Monarchs back into the red zone.
Lyles, empty backfield. Purinton, wing back on the right side.
Lyles, high snap, goes to the flats, and is it picked off? Did Carson McKelvey pick that off? He did. It's a interception for Carson McKelvey. What a great interception by the sophomore, as all of a sudden it looked like it was an easy completion on the outside, and a red streak comes out of nowhere and intercepts that pass.
And that's telling of the speed of Carson McKelvey, where I thought that one, like you said, that one was just a free out route. And, just a common ball by Carson Lyles. But that speed and just the willingness to dive for that ball by Carson McKelvey is going to pay off big, and the Redmond win this drive. So let's see if my prediction comes true here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line for the Redmond. There's the snap. They hand this one off to Wilson, and Brandt's going to bully his way across the 20 up to about the 21.
Number 5, Grant Wilson.
That one looks like it's going to be a gain of 5 for Wilson. So 2nd down and 5 from the Redmond 21-yard line. 8.5 left to go.
Unofficially, 10 carries and 101 yards for the senior fullback here for the Redmond. 2nd and 5 from the 21. 8:20 left to go, 3rd quarter. The Redmond and the Monarchs tied at 8 apiece. Pistol I formation for the Redmond behind Hutchinson. There's the snap. They hand it off to Wilson again as Brandt going to dive forward. He's going to be close to that 1st down marker, I believe, probably about a yard short. Needed 5, picked up 4 on that play.
Just 3rd down and short, and I have a feeling I think I know who they're going to run this ball to. That's going to be the Century man.
It's time for the old school Redmond football. We've seen that throughout the year so far. All of a sudden the Redmond get it in the second half, and it's just a heavy dose of Brant Wilson, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and let the big offensive line go to work. 3rd down and 1, ball at the 25-yard line here for the Redmond. There's a snap again. Brant Wilson with the carry, dives over the pile. He's got the 1st down.
And that was honestly a really good effort by the TMP defense. Just pile at the line and see what happens. But unfortunately, they piled a little bit behind the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be a 2-yard gain for Brant Wilson, and this drive is going to continue as we are now under 7.5 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Both teams tied at 8, but the Redmond slowly making their way down the field.
One man out to the right for the Redmond. That's Carson Nichols. Stansbury, the wingback on the right side. I formation. There's the handoff to Griffin Powers. Follows his blockers as Riley's got a good run on 1st down as he's right at the line to gain. He's either got a gain of 9 or right at a gain of 10. Looks like they're going to give him 9 on this play.
And he was still rolling after that play. He still had the momentum going.
2nd down and 1 here for the Redmond. Well, they haven't spotted the ball. Are they trying to decide if this is a 1st down or not? They are. They're going to break. They're going to make the chain gain really work here. They're breaking the chains all the way across the field.
This is what football's all about, the anticipation.
And we can't see the ball. It's right here on the Redmond sideline, so we have absolutely no clue how close this could be because there's the entire Redmond sideline in front of the ball here. So we're going to have to wait till the refs tell us one way or the other. He was right at it. There it is, a 10-yard gain for Riley Griffin Powers. 10 carries, 62 yards so far for the junior running back for the Redmen. 6:49 left to go, third quarter. The ball up to the Redmond 38-yard line. Doan split out to the left. McKelvey will be the wingback on the left side. Brady Davian, the tight end, on the right side. We'll have a pistol eye behind Hutchinson, and we're going to have to wait for the truck on the far side to turn their lights off probably.
I hate those LED lights. You know, you're driving on the highway.
There we go.
In a nice nighttime, and you know your eyes are adjusting to the dark, and the next thing you know, you're hit by
Can't see nothing.
7 million lumens.
First and 10 for the Redmen. They go right to left on your radio dial here in the third quarter. 6:48 and counting left to play. Third quarter tied at 8 apiece. Doan split out to the left. Again, McKelvey the wingback on the left side. I formation behind Hutchinson. First and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Again, they hand it off to Wilson, and he picks up a couple on the play.
And this drive is pretty common theme. Brant Wilson, 2-3 yards.
Give him 2 yards on that one.
This clock is going down fast. We're down to 6:20 left to go. Redmond haven't even made it past the 40-yard line yet.
So, sixth play of this drive, and the Redmen have it at their own 40-yard line. Second down and 8. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey the wingback on the right side. I formation behind Hutchinson. They hand it off at this time to Griffin Powers. He goes straight up the middle, and he's got a gain of about 3 or so on the play.
Number 22, Riley Griffin Powers.
Looks like they are going to call that one a gain of 3. So it's third down and 5 now from the Redmond 43.
5:45 and counting left to play here. Third quarter. We're tied at 8 apiece here between these Mid-Continent League rivals. Regional round of the Class 1A playoffs.
And both sides are getting pretty fired up here as pretty good crowd from TMP. And they're making some noise. I can hear it underneath my headphones
Which
up here.
in return is making the Redmond faithful get loud. So a good, fun atmosphere here in Smith Center. Hutchinson going to keep it himself. Cuts it to the outside, lowers his shoulder. He's right at the line to gain once again. And a second effort helped by Brady Davian. He's got the first down.
So that one's going to put the Redmond right at or maybe a little bit short of midfield. But regardless of where you put it, that's going to be a first down for the Redmen, and they're going to continue this drive and continue running this clock as we are closing in on 5 minutes left to go in the third.
Ball at their own 49-yard line. 5:10 left to play. Third quarter, 8-8. Smith Center and TMP in a slugfest here. Regional round of the Class 1A playoffs. Doan split out to the right. Pistol eye behind Hutchinson. There's the snap. They hand it off to Griffin Powers. Riley follows Brandt. A good defensive effort that time, though, by the Monarchs.
And there was a little bit of hard contact after the whistle between Davian and Nels. And Griffin Powers a little slow to get up, but he's fine. He's shaking it off. So as it stands, it looks like it's going to be a very minute gain. It looks like they are going to give him a yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 still at the 49.
2nd and 10. That ball barely moved. So we'll call it 2nd and 10. Ball still at the 49-yard line. 4:20 left to go here. Third quarter tied at 8.
I'm still an optimist.
I formation with twins to the left for Parker Hutchinson. Redmond moving right to left on your radio dial. There's a whistle.
And that one's getting called from the back ref on the TMP side, so encroachment maybe?
Delay a game on the Redmen.
They ran the clock a little bit too well there.
9 penalties, 50 yards so far for the Redmen, compared to no penalties for the Monarchs. At least not that I have written down anyway. I do forget to write stuff down once in a while though.
Well, you're just old.
But I don't think they have any.
No, this has been a very disciplined game by the Monarchs.
4:08 left to go, third quarter. It's 2nd and 15. Ball back at the Redmond 44-yard line. Twins to the left. Offset I formation behind Hutchinson. There's the snap. Parker going to follow his blockers around the right side. Breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, and a gain of about 5.
So that one's going to put him right back at the line of scrimmage. Just maybe about a half a yard and before the line of scrimmage. So 3rd down and 10. under 4 minutes left to go, 3:50 and counting in this third quarter. Both teams still tied at 8. Redmond 3rd and 10. Still haven't even made it across midfield yet.
All right, as they started this drive at their own 16-yard line. As this a much harder third down to get than their last few have been. 3:30 left to go here in the third quarter. 8-8 is our score. Smith Center and TMP tied. Twins to the right, that's Doan and McKelvey. I formation behind Hutchinson in the pistol set.
If you're TMP, watch that pump and go.
As Hutchinson going to keep it himself around the left side. Spins out of one tackle, stays on his feet. Parker's at the 40, and he's still on his feet. Grant Nels couldn't spin him down. Parker Hutchinson with a big third down run to keep this drive alive.
And that just tells you about some of the power that Parker Hutchinson has. You know, that's probably one of the strongest guys on the TMP defense, Grant Nels, and he just ran through him like he was just running through a thing of Jell-O.
3:08 left to go, third quarter. It's 8-8. Smith Center and TMP tied. Hutchinson with another hard-fought run to keep the drive alive here. I formation behind him. 1st and 10 from the Monarch, a 39-yard line as they hand it off to Wilson. Brandt breaks a couple tackles, gets across the 35, and a late flag comes in.
I have a feeling that one's going to be on the defense. Maybe a face mask or something.
It was a gain of 5 for Wilson, but we'll have to wait to see what the flag is all about. Going to be on the Redmond.
That one's going to be a block in the back, which I don't know how you see that from the back, ref, but, you know, I mean, that's the 10th penalty on the Redmond to 0 by the Monarchs, and that is a big penalty.
Brandt had a nice first down run. 10-yard penalty.
So instead of an 8 or 9 yard gain, that one's going to be a 5-yard loss for the Redmen. So that's going to set up 1st and 14 from the TMP 44.
So 1st and 15 from the 44-yard line. 2:50 left to go, third quarter. 8-8 is our score as Hutchinson brings the play back in here for the Redmen. See what Coach Stansberry and this offense have in store for the Monarchs here as Cole McKelvey split out to the right, Reed Doan to the left. I formation behind Hutchinson, 1st and 15 from the Monarch 44. There's a snap. Hutchinson going to follow the blockers around the left side, gets tripped up as that was a good defensive effort there by the Monarchs. That was Diego Fernandez to start that pile.
Yeah, it was like a reverse pancake right into Hutchinson's legs. So what would have been a big play is only a 1, maybe 2 yard gain for Hutchinson. So that's going to set up 2nd down and 12 now as we are nearing 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Still the third quarter.
I know it feels like the first quarter, but
it's the fourth. You know, it's the fourth quarter now. Let's spice things up a little bit. 2-minute drive.
So Stansberry to the right. Nichols to the left. I formation behind Hutchinson. 2nd down and long. Hutchinson going to follow the blockers around the left side. He's at the 40, lowers his shoulder, dives 35, stays on his feet for a gain of at least a couple more. Still going to bring up 3rd down, though, but this much more manageable than 3rd down and behind the original line there.
Looks like that one's going to be a 3rd down and 5, so a gain of 7 by Hutchinson. And like you said, it's going to be a way more easy to get 1st down for the Redmen, and I have a feeling they might run that exact same play with Parker again.
3rd and 5 as the Redmen have it with 1:40 left to go, third quarter. Stepped out of bounds, stops the clock there. 8-8. TMP and Smith Center in a deadlock battle here in this ball game. It was 0-0 until 4:49 left to go in the first half, and the Redmen scored first. The Monarchs answered immediately, though. Hutchinson hands it off to Griffin Powers. Riley follows Brandt. He's up. He breaks one tackle as Nash Dryling held on for dear life as Griffin Powers lowered his shoulder, and he gets all the way to the 21-yard line.
And that's going to put the Redmen just outside of the red zone, and I have a feeling that unless something changes, if they keep the play or the yardage gain that they've been getting, I have a feeling that this drive is going to probably put them pretty deep into the fourth quarter.
14-yard gain for Griffin Powers that time. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. 1:15 and counting left to play. Third quarter as Hutchinson gets the snap, hands it off to Wilson. Brandt straight up the middle. He's dragging Tinkle all the way down to the 10-yard line.
That is, the Redmen are finally finding their rhythm. A few huge runs sets up a first and goal from the 9.5, 10-yard line.
Give him a 12-yard gain.
Minute left to go in this third quarter.
15th play of this drive, and the Redmond knocking on the door yet again. They have it first and goal from the 9. 49 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The hand, no, Hutchinson keeps it himself, follows Wilson straight through the hole. He's across the 5 and inside the 5-yard line.
So the Redmen are going to have to run one more play before the quarter ends, and let's see if this is the touchdown play, as they're set up right now at the 3-yard line, sniffing the end zone of the Monarchs.
Second and goal from the 3, gain of 6 that time for Hutchinson. 20 seconds left to play, third quarter. Nichols split out to the right. Griffin Powers, the running back. Wilson, the fullback, stands to the left of Hutchinson in that pistol set. There's the snap. Hutchinson follows Wilson through the hole. Lowers his shoulder. He's in. It's a 2-yard run for Parker Hutchinson, and the Redmen on the board with 7 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Great start to this third quarter. They stopped TMP on their opening first half drive and then responded with a long and hard first drive of the second half for them, and they are the ones that get on the board. And so far, my prediction is coming true. Whoever won that first drive out of the second half is going to win this game. And right now, the Redmen are proving that my theory is correct, as they're going to go for 2 here to potentially bring this lead out to 8.
So the Redmen get set here. Line up in that exact same formation with Wilson to the left of Hutchinson. He's going to follow Brandt again around, and he's got the 2-point conversion. That could be huge in this ball game. 2-point good, 16-8. Smith Center leads. 7 seconds left to go in the third. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Whether it's a Friday night football game or a Saturday Scholars Bowl tournament, there are many people behind the scenes to make these activities function. The Kansas State High School Activities Association and the Student Advisory Team would like to thank all those who make these events happen for our students. Without school administrators, event workers, custodians, officials, transportation personnel, and office staff, these events would not be possible. Your hard work and dedication allow students throughout the state to participate in the activities that they love.
Ooh, Dusty's there. School Redmond drive, Kyler. 16 plays, 74 yards, 8 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock, and a 2-yard run by Parker Hutchinson gets the Redmond on the board, and the 2-point conversion good at 16-8. That 2-point conversion could come up huge, as we've seen that already this year. 2-point conversions mean a lot here, especially now in the playoffs.
Yeah, and as you're reaching the end of one of these team seasons, these next 12 minutes and 7 seconds are going to be huge for both teams. Redmond have to continue to get stops against this very hot TMP offense, who can explode on you for 50 yards on a play, as Wilson kicks this one off.
Puritan watches it bounce. He picks it up at the 15. He's up to the 20. Tries to cut back at the 20. Well, Holt didn't get back to the 25, about the 22-yard line.
1 second left on the play clock, so the Monarchs have to run a play here on first down from their own. Looks like that's about 22, 23-yard line.
We'll say 22. Make him have to go further that way. 1 second left to play in the third. It's 16-8. Smith Center leads by a touchdown, as Carson Lyles, the senior quarterback for the Monarchs, brings the play in. One last play here in the third quarter. Side split out to the right. One man in the backfield. Double wing with Nels out to the left. Sends a man in motion. That's Dinkle. Lyles rolls to his right, throws it to Dinkle in the flats. He's got it at the 20, up to the 25, and he's going to run out of bounds there.
So 3-yard gain for the Monarchs are going to end off quarter number 3. So start of the fourth quarter, score is Redmond 16, TMP 8. TMP with the ball though and moving.
All right, we'll be back with that fourth quarter after this. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Oh. From what Max Preps is saying.
To Hubbard Stadium, Jesse Ray alongside Kyler Elliott. End of 3 quarters, and Smith Center leads 16-8 over the TMP Monarchs as we get set here for the fourth quarter. It's 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 25-yard line for the Monarchs. Quick update, the winner of this game plays the winner of Inman Moundridge. Moundridge leading 15-14 in that one as Inman was up 14-2 at one point. Moundridge able to fight back here, lead 15-14, fourth quarter of that one. Here we go, fourth quarter getting underway as Nels goes in motion left to right. Lyles drops back, looking, goes, has his man, it's Sibe, and Cole McKelvey all of a sudden became the receiver and just threw his hands and incomplete.
And another big overthrow by Lyles, but from what I'm gathering, these are not all entirely his fault because the Redmond D-line is getting some immense pressure in the backfield there between Carson Montgomery, Dominic Cadberg, Brady Davian, and Isaiah Hack. Those 4 guys have been putting in work all game, and they've been pressuring Lyles on almost every play, and that's why he's had to throw the ball so fast.
So it's 3rd down and 7. Ball at the 25-yard line here for the Monarchs. Lyles throws it into the flats. Again, that's Dreiling. Dreiling has the 1st down and more, all the way up to about the 38-yard line or so.
It's a gain of 13 by Dreiling. Is going to set up a brand new group of downs for the Monarchs. 11:48 left to go. Redmond still up by 8, but TMP only 61 yards away from a score.
Only?
Only 61 yards in the grand scheme of things is not that much.
11 and a half minutes left to play here in this ball game. It's 16-8. Smith Center's leading TMP. A fresh set of downs here for the Monarchs. Nell split out to the left. Double wing set with Sibe out to the right. Lyles hands this one off to Zach Gillespie, I believe. We'll have to wait and see who that ball carrier is. It's number 26.
That is going to be Trayvon Willoughby, the 5'9", 160-pound sophomore.
His first carry of the ball game goes for 8.
8 yards on the play, 2nd down 2.
So 2nd down and 2 at the Redmond 42, or at the Monarch 42, or 47. My gosh. They're at the Monarch 47-yard line, just under 11 minutes, 10:50 and counting. Lyles, empty backfield.
Trips to the left, one man to the right, side to the right. Puritan, the wing back on the left side. Lyles looks left, now goes back right for Sibe. Sibe up the sideline, and Carson McKelvey. He's going to get called for pass interference strictly because he didn't turn his head around.
I know.
That's it. That's the only reason.
I was going to say, if he just looked at the ball for half a second, that entire thing would have been negated, but he was playing the receiver too hard, so that is going to be the 11th Redmond penalty.
The Redmond faithful can be as mad as they want, but he didn't turn his head around, so the ref's going to call that every time.
So instead of a incomplete pass, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So the Monarchs are going to be moving to the Redmond side of the field and are going to set up camp at the 37-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Monarchs. 10:31 left to go. Redmond up 16-8.
So Lyles brings the play out, breaks the huddle, Nels to the left, side to the right, double wing set. So they're going to hand this one off once again, and nothing going there as again Montgomery, Kattenberg there for that Redmond defense.
Yeah, and that Redmond defensive line is scary. You know, they have size, they have strength, they have speed, they have everything you need to have a successful D line, and it's been hard for TMP running the ball this entire game, and that one's going to be no different as they end up losing 3 yards. So it's going to be second down and 13 from the Redmond 40. 10 minutes left to go in this ball game.
As the Monarchs bring the play in here, getting set for this big second down play. Twins to the left, and a whistle early. And a timeout going to be called here by the Monarchs. So we'll take it with them. 9:44 left to play, fourth quarter, 16-8. Smith Center leads by 8. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Studies show students who are involved in extracurricular activities perform better academically. Students who participate have higher grades, a more positive attitude towards school, and have better attendance records. The Kansas State High School Activities Association provides several opportunities for students to get involved in their school's extracurriculars. As someone who has been involved in many of these activities, I strongly encourage you to get involved in your school. This is Kyler Elliott with the Acacia Student Advisory Team.
TMP 16-8. It's second down and 13 for the Monarchs. Ball at the Redmond 40-yard line. Looks like Nels split out to the left, side to the right, Puritan to the left, Dinkle the wingback on the left side, and one man in the backfield with Lyles standing behind him.
Whistle's blown, so we'll be ready for the snap here as Lyles takes it.
Rolls to his left, cuts back, and it's a screen pass to Dinkle, and Davian hits him right away, but he's able to break that one and gain a nice little gain here on second down.
So it looks like this one's going to be about a gain of 7 or 8, and they're going to say 8 on the play. So it's going to be third down and 5 from the Redmond 30, from the Redmond 32. 9:15 and counting left to go in this ball game. Redmond still up by 8, looking to force a stop.
So we'll see what the Monarchs have drawn up here for this big third down play.
Looks like that's
down and 5 from the 32.
Dinkle and Lyles out left.
Lyles gets the snap, fakes the handoff, goes over the middle, has side. One man to beat. He's still on his feet, and he's going to score. This one's going to be from 32 yards out. Jacob Seib, you mentioned in the pregame, he's a difference maker. Broke one tackle, and nobody was catching him after that. It's 16-14. Smith Center leads by 2.
And this two-point conversion is going to be huge. 8:50 left. If TMP doesn't get this, Smith Center is more than capable of running out this entire clock. So, huge play by both teams here. As the Redmond faithful are chanting hold 'em, and the TMP faithful are probably saying score it. As Dreiling runs in the play. Looks like it's going to be Purinton and Seib on the right side, Nels and Dinkle on the left.
One man in the backfield behind Lyles. Lyles gets the snap, looking. He rolls to his right. He's got his man open in the flats, and Puritan's got it wide open, but there is a flag down here.
And they're going to call it good, but something is... That one was thrown by the white hat, so...
It is on the Monarchs. That's their first penalty of the ball game. At least the first one I have written down anyway.
But honestly, if they run that play again, the exact same, I don't know if it would have mattered from how far away he was, because there was no one covering Purinton on that outside. So we'll be redoing the attempt, this time from the 8-yard line. So the Monarchs need 8 yards to tie this game up at 16. Redmond need to stop them. to keep this a 2-point lead.
8:51 left to play. 16-14. Smith Center leads by 2. 2-point conversion on its way. Twins left, Twins right for Lyles. Longer 2-point conversion here as he looks left, looks right. He's under pressure. He's going to be brought down to the backfield. It's Montgomery and Kattenberg yet again, bringing him down in the backfield to stop the 2-point conversion.
And this Redmond D line has come up clutch on multiple occasions, whether it's forcing a bad ball by Lyles or potentially stopping the biggest play of this entire game. Great sack and great effort by the 2 D tackles, Dominic Kattenberg and Carson Montgomery.
We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA.
Upcoming events for the Lady Red and Redmen. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m., the absolutely true story of King Arthur, performed by the Smith Center High School Drama Department. And Sunday at 5 p.m., admission is $5 at the door. Come and enjoy a night of fun. Junior high basketball is in action on Tuesday at home versus Norton, starting at 4:30. And Thursday, they will be traveling to Trigo. That start time is 4 o'clock.
I've known for a few. Listen, it's
play here in the fourth quarter. A 16-14 score. Smith Center leads by 2 after holding the Monarchs out on that 2-point conversion. Lyles getting set to kick off. The Redmond ready for an onside kick. Lyles boots this one. It might be a touchback. Whew, it does. It took a bounce for a second right there at the 1. It kind of hung up there, but it does fall into the end zone for a touchback.
So the Redmen have one huge job, and that is keep this clock running and keep this ball moving. They've proven in this game that they are capable of long drives. When earlier to score their second touchdown of the night, that drive 8 minutes and 40 seconds. They have a drive similar to that. That brings this game clock all the way down to 11 seconds for the Monarchs.
So here comes the Redmond offense, left to right on your radio dial here in the fourth quarter. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback, on the right side. Offset I formation. Now, actually, it's just a full I formation. They're going to hand it off to Brant Wilson. Wilson cuts the outside. A nice tackle inside there by the Monarchs to bring him down after a quick gain.
And that one's going to be Carson Lyles. Great job taking Wilson down by the legs. Would have been a really good run. Turns into only a 2-yard gain. Looks like, and it says 1 yard on the board, but 2 yards according to the PA. So
looks like
that's definitely 2 yards.
So Carson Nichols split out to the right. Stansbury, the wingback, on the right side. Brant Wilson, the fullback. Riley Griffin powers dots the I behind Hutchinson as they are letting this clock run down, waiting for the back judge here to start that play clock. 8:10 left to go here, fourth quarter. Hutchinson awaits the snap from Hack. Taking their sweet time here as it's another handoff to Wilson, and Brant's got about a gain of 3 on this one to bring up third down and 5.
That's a gain of 2. I think they're going to give them. So third down and 6.
Yep.
Underneath 7:50 left to go, and this is a crucial third down for the Redmond. If they don't get this, you almost have to punt it away.
Yeah. Hope the defense can hold up here. 16-14, Smith Center leads by 2. 7:37 left to go here, fourth quarter. Clock continues to roll down, but the Redmond face 3rd and 6 from their own 24-yard line. I formation behind Hutchinson. Hutchinson gets the snap. He's going to follow the blockers around the right side. Puritan comes up to hit him, and a big hit inside by the Monarchs. Not sure. It looks like a 26.
That's Willoughby again. We haven't called his name at all before, and now big tackle on third down and earlier run in this game. So this is going to be 4th down and 3 for the Redmen, and they're going to go for it. I like this play call. That gets my round of applause. So
sure, we'll see the old faithful Redmond hard count here, try to draw them off sides, but the Monarchs have been pretty disciplined here in this ball game. Twins to the left. Hutchinson looks to the sideline. 6:46 left to go. Fourth quarter, up by 2, 16-14. The Redmond just going to eat this one all the way down, and they'll call a timeout. Good discipline that time by the Monarchs. 6:35 left to go here in this fourth quarter. Well, the clock's still running, but they called a timeout.
Oh, Tim Wilson.
16-14. Smith Center leads by 2. See what they put back up on the clock here. As the white hat tells the Redmond coaches a signal up here how long to put back up on the clock. 16-14. Smith Center leads by 2. What a big stand there for that Monarch defense.
Yeah, and that was, I won't exactly say that those were bad or anything irregular by the Redmen. Those were just great tackles at the line of scrimmage by the Monarchs, forcing 2 yards, then another 2 yards, and then 3 yards. And now this sets up a pretty precarious fourth down for the Redmen, and they are still going to go for it. This gets an even bigger round of applause by me. I am loving this right now.
Offset I formation as Wilson will stand to the right of Hutchinson in the pistol set. Redone to split out to the right.
6:39 left to go in this ball game. Redmond up by 2, and they're looking to close it off.
4th and 3 from their own 27-yard line. McKelvey, the wing back on the left side. There's the snap. Hutchinson going to follow the blockers around the right side. He's got the first down and more. Parker Hutchinson, that has been the play that has been there time and time again so far for the Redmen, as Parker running hard, and he picks up the first down to keep the drive going up to the 32-yard line, gain of 5.
Yeah, he needed 3. He got 5. Great run by Hutchinson, but I have a feeling if you're the Redmen, you do not want to be in that situation again.
Yeah, try to stay a little bit more. I mean, and it wasn't, like you said, wasn't bad plays. They got positive yardage. Just instead of 3 yards, they were getting 2 yards every time. As they let the clock run down here, 6:15 currently on the clock as it continues to tick down here. So Center leads by 2, 16-14. The winner moves on to take on the winner of Mound Ridge Inman next week. Hutchinson gets the snap. They hand this one off to Riley Griffin Powers off that left side. Riley's got a nice gain here on first down. Looks like gain of 5 on the play, maybe 6. We'll call it gain of 6 for Griffin Powers. 86 yards on 14 carries to bring up second down and 4. Ball up to the 38-yard line. Unofficially, not sure how much time's left, if any, in that ball game, but according to Max Preps anyway, Mound Ridge is up 22-14. 5.5 minutes left to go in our fourth quarter. It's second down and 4. Ball around the 38-yard line. High formation behind Hutchinson. Again, he lets the play clock run down here. 5:20 and counting left to go. Smith Center up by 2. Hutchinson going to follow his blockers through. He bumped into Wilson, still dives forward for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, that was, I think, a bit of a misstep there by Wilson. I think he zigged when he should have zagged, but still it's positive yards. That's going to set up about a 3rd and 2 for the Redmen on their own 40-yard line, and 4:50 left to go. Clock is ticking, and TMP only has 2 timeouts.
Feel a lot better about this third down play than the last one. 3rd and 2 is a lot. It makes you feel a lot better than the before. 3rd and 2 from their own 40. 16-14. Smith Center leads by 2. 4:35 left to go. Winner moves on to next week. The loser, well, they get ready for winter sports. Griffin Powers off the right side. He's got the first down, dives forward for a gain of 5.
And a great play call on 3rd down by the Redmen. Outside run when I think TMP's playing middle all day, so that's going to keep this clock running. And the Redmen now set up on their own 45 with underneath 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this ball game, and they are tooting along.
Moving left to right on your radio dial here is Hutchinson again in that pistol eye. I've been waiting for Parker to step on Brant's fingers this entire game, and that time he finally did step on him a little bit, but it looks like Brant's all right. As they hand it off to Wilson straight up the middle, he's got a gain of about 3.
And now we're watching some good old-fashioned Redmond football. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, as you say. And that is going to be no different, as it'll be a 3-yard gain by Wilson and set the Redmen up on their own 48-yard line. 3:39 and counting left to go in this ball game. Redmen up by 2. TMP just looking to stop them.
Oh, Reed Doan split out to the right. Cole McKelvey, the wingback, on the right side. Brady Wilson, the tight end, on the left side. See, old school football. I said wishbone. I formation behind Hutchinson. 3:15 and counting left to go here in this ball game. There's the snap. They hand it off to Griffin Powers off the right side. He's got the first down and more. Griffin Powers is off. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. 15, 10, 5. It's a Redmond touchdown. 3:04 left to go. Riley Griffin Powers from 52 yards out. And the Redmen now lead 22-14.
And it looks like as Griffin Powers was running, he was debating whether to
go down and keep the clock running.
Yeah, but now this is also a huge 2-point conversion, because if the Redmen can manage to get this one, this will put them ahead by 10. So if TMP can stop them, they are not out of this game yet. With 3:03 left to go in this fourth quarter, Riley Griffin Powers with the long 52-yard touchdown run puts the Redmen up by 8, with the ensuing 2-point conversion coming up.
As and an 80-yard drive for the Redmen. That was the 9th play of the drive. And now a whistle. And a timeout going to be used here. 3:03 left to go in this fourth quarter, but we'll keep it here as we'll take a timeout after the 2-point conversion. But some confusion there, and then just the Redmond coaches decided we'll just call a timeout and get things set up here, because as you mentioned, a big 2-point conversion, because right now it's an 8-point ball game. If TMP can score and get in for their 2-point conversion, we're tied again. So this 2-point conversion even bigger than the stop on the last 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and if you were TMP, I would be targeting one man who's going to probably receive that football, and that's going to be Parker Hutchinson. He's been running hard all game, and his yards after contact probably is pretty high, and that's what you want to see if you're a Redmond football fan. So both teams are getting ready to set up here. TMP defense, obviously, in their heavy goal line set, looking to stop this Redmond rushing. And the Redmond looking to close off this game, because if they get this 2-point conversion and TMP scores and gets the 2, they're still going to have to onside kick it, which is near impossible to recover.
With that big run for Griffin Powers, he's over the century mark as well. 16 carries, 143 yards for Griffin Powers. Wilson, 17 carries, 129 yards. 2-point conversion, here we come. 3:03 left to play. Smith Center up by 8, 22-14. Doan split out to the right. McKelvey, the wingback, on the right side. That offset I formation as now Wilson basically up behind Carson Montgomery as Griffin Powers behind him. Behind Hutchinson, Parker off that left side, dives in, he's going to walk in for the 2-point conversion. As they made a pile, they did the right thing. Hutchinson was just able to find an opening enough to find the end zone.
And that is just good old-fashioned hard running by Parker Hutchinson. He sees the pile, he is not afraid of it. He runs right at it, and it ends up getting the Redmond 2 points, which they need, and this essentially puts this game on ice.
We'll see, still a long time to play here in that high-powered octane offense of the Monarchs. Oh, they're coming back out on the field when we come back. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA. Have a final for you. Moundridge upsets Inman tonight, 22-14. So Moundridge with the upset of the Teutons, and they will move on and face the winner of our game as there's still 3:03 left as Wilson boots this one. Puritan runs up on it about the 18. He's at the 20, 25, still on his feet, 30. He's up into the 35, and, well, there he's going to be stood up by a whole host of Redmen.
So 2:55 left to go for the Monarch offense. They need to get into the end zone twice if they want to even have a chance at this game. But with 2 timeouts, that's going to be extremely difficult.
They need to score and then get into field goal range. They have a field goal kicker.
Sorry, that's highly unusual.
I know we're not used to it at least not in the Mid-Continent League. We're not really used to it. You know, you get into the eastern part of the state and down in Wichita and stuff. They have more. Well, in southwest Kansas, it seems like they always have field goal kickers. But especially here in the Mid-Continent League, not very often do we get field goal kickers that you can rely on to, but Carson Lyles is one of those guys. But either way, they have to score a touchdown before they can worry about anything else.
Yeah, this is going to be especially difficult because on the kickoff, they called a holding on the Monarchs. So they're going to be set up at the 17-yard line, so 83 yards to pay dirt, and then they need to go back and get into field goal range again.
So here comes Carson Lyles in this Monarch offense. One man to the left, one to the right. Double tight as Nels goes in motion. Lyles looking. He's under pressure once again. Does get the pass off to that was Dreiling, and then he's blown up in the backfield by Parker Hutchinson.
And it looks like Lyles is still on the ground, and there was a flag thrown, so I don't know if it's holding.
Late hit, or we'll have to see what this is all. It's over in the middle of the field, so you wouldn't think it was anything on the hit, but we'll wait and see what the call is.
And Whitehead is coming up, and the call is going to be
illegal shift on the Monarchs. And then in a personal foul, roughing the passer on the Redmen, offsetting, so hey, we'll just redo first down.
Yeah, but if you're a Redmond fan, that's pretty good because it brought 9 seconds off of the clock.
That's fair. It did run some time off, but it's nonetheless, it's still 1st and 10 here for the Monarchs. Ball at their 17-yard line.
And one thing I think we need to be on the lookout for, Lyles is pretty banged up after that hit. So he might not be at 100% for this drive.
2:46 left to play. Smith Center up by 10. 24-14 the winner. Takes on Mound Ridge next week. Twins to the left, twins to the right for Lyles. He's got a man in the backfield. Lyles in the pistol set. Gets the snap. Again, it's off to his left, but he's able to corral it. Davian can't get a hold of him. Lyles over the middle to Nels, and Nels going to be buried. It's incomplete. Cole McKelvey knocked it loose.
But it looks like they're going to call a holding on TMP.
Holding on the Monarchs. So if the Redmen decide to accept it, it would be half the distance to the goal and second down. Or replay first down, but it will be second down and 10 if they decide to decline it. What a big hit, though, by Cole McKelvey to knock that ball loose.
Yeah, that one was a great ball right in the middle of the field for Grant Nels, and then Cole McKelvey comes rushing in from his safety spot and absolutely lights up the back of Nels and forces that ball out, and that's about as good as you can get if you're the Redmond pass defense.
It does look like the Redmen are going to accept that penalty to bring up first down and long here. Half the distance to the goal.
First down to the 20.
No, they did move it all the way back to the 7, so full 10 yards that time.
2:39 left to go in this ball game. Redmond up by 10. TMP with the ball.
Most of the time it's half the distance. I thought it was half the distance, but I was wrong.
You just don't know ball.
I get confused with they change everything all the time. So ball back at around the 8-yard line. Lyles has his offense ready to go. He's in the end zone. He's under pressure. Brady Wilson's got a hold of him in the backfield. Brady Wilson able to take advantage of the hard-fought pressure by the defensive line, and Wilson comes away with the tackle for loss.
And the TMP offense is banged up. Once again, Lyles is slow to get up, and the Monarchs are not in a huge rush here as we're right around 2:10 left to go in this ball game. TMP still in the huddle.
Ball back to the 7-yard line. Loss of 1. Brady Wilson with the tackle for loss. Nels split out to the left. It looks like twins to the right side, far out to the right. Has a double wing. Lyles in shotgun. Clock continues to roll here. Under 2 minutes left to play. Smith Center up by 10. Line now whistle, and a timeout going to be called by the Monarchs. 1:50 left to play. Smith Center leads by 10, 24-14. You're listening to Redmond Playoff Football on KQMA. Back to have a chance. The winner will take on Mound Ridge next week. If Smith Center wins, Mound Ridge comes here. If TMP wins, they would go to Mound Ridge. Looks like we're ready to get back to action here as they send a man in motion. Does Lyles that side from right to left. Lyles under pressure by Davian. Davian's got a hold of him. He's going to fall down to the backfield. Brady Davian with the sack.
So that is going to take off a whole bunch of time as the Redmond pass rush has been huge in this final drive as TMP has done nothing but go backwards.
Loss of 2 on that play. 3rd and 22 for the Monarchs as they need the 32-yard line for a first down.
28.
3rd and 28.
No, they need to go to the 28-yard line.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, yeah, there they are. There's too much going on over there on the far sideline as Lyles gets it to Nels at the 10. Nels breaks one tackle up to 11. It's a fumble. It's a fumble. Nels lost it, and it's picked up by Gannon McCoy. McCoy's all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Not sure which Redmond tipped that out, but there was a few Redmond there, and Gannon McCoy gets the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line.
So I'm going to assume that the Redmond now are just going to kneel this one out. TMP only has 1 timeout, so no chance they can stop this ball. So I think that
victory formation.
Or are they going to go to score again because we just don't like TMP?
No, that's unsportsmanlike. Up by 10 with 58 seconds left to play. Smith Center leading 24-14. Here comes the Redmond offense. Again, first and goal from the 5.
58.
Or from the 4. They are going to line up in victory formation. As you mentioned, there's only 1 timeout left for the Monarchs, down by 10.
And if they take it, then I'm just angry.
Hutchinson again await the snap here from Hack. There's the snap. There's the knee. No signal here of a timeout called by the Monarchs. So the Redmond should have to snap it, what, 1 more time?
Mm-hmm.
1 more time here for the Redmond. And they will move on to take on Mound Ridge next Friday night. As Redmond taking their time here, getting back up to the line of scrimmage. 1 more knee by Parker Hutchinson, and the Redmond are moving on. They win 24-14 over the TMP Monarchs. We're going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout and be back to wrap up this ballgame for you after this. You're listening to Redmond Football on KQMA.